Hi friends, welcome back to my crafty desk. Sandra here at Blossom and Inspire. I'm hoping this is going to be the final video of me working on the girlfriend trips journals. And then when I'm all done, I'll probably do a flip through if you would like to see that. But yeah, I've been working on these for several days now, about 12-hour days. I've taken advantage of the long weekend that I get from work, outside of work. And I'm just trying to get these girls done. So I hope everyone is doing well. I am doing pretty good. Like I said, I'm getting these done, so that feels pretty darn good. But I'll go ahead and get you caught up. Let me move some things here out of the way. So these are the ribbons. I have a big spool that I bought a couple years ago from Michael's, and I have never used it. I forgot about it actually, and I like it. It's nice and soft, and I thought it works well with the covers here. So I'm using this for the closure. So let me stick those aside. And then we have, these are ready. I'm prepping these right now to get them sewn in. I won't be sewing any of them in on camera because my hands are not happy and I'm struggling a little bit with it, but you've seen me sew them in before and you've seen me struggle, but I don't want to take up all the time doing that on film, on video, because I have so many things to do. So I have, these ones are prepped and ready. Their next step is to get their holes punched and to get sewn in. This one, I will show you how I prepped it. So we'll do that. And let me just put that aside. And then I'll show you one. Let me show you these two. These two I have sewn in already. And I was just working out, just kind of finishing up the how I'm going to do the spine and things like that. So like these evolved over time. So there's probably some things I could have skipped, some things I could have done a little bit differently for better, you know, structure. But they were supposed to be a notebook, and then without a spine, you know, just like a well, I mean, I guess they all have a spine, but it wasn't going to have like a little hard spine. So anyways, so I did it. I added all the corners, and I'm doing them in a assembly line sort, you know, way to do it because it's faster and easier, and then I don't forget things. I don't forget things. Anyways, so as I was putting them together, I realized that my card was kind of thinner, so we've talked about that. So I decided I would put an inside piece on, and that just gave it some strength. The corners for protection and also some more strength, and then that chipboard piece that I found in my scrap stash gave it some structure on the actual spine. So great, and I sewed all the way around it. All right, this is kind of like a flip through, Sandra. Don't do the flip through. So I've got this sewn in. I did the 5-hole pamphlet stitch, which honestly, since my hands are struggling, I probably could do just the 3-hole, but I just struggle with the sewing, and I want it to be in there nice and strong. So I'm doing the 5-hole, and you know, I did 2, so I will do all 6. As I was putting it on there, I realized that my signature, you can see, and I talked about it too, like I didn't care that it came all the way out, but as I was getting closer and I'm starting to see that it's fluffy, I thought, what kind of closure can I put on this? I don't want to, for this trip, I don't want one that you tie on and then take off. I feel like they will probably get better use if it's something that can be, the tie stays on. I don't know, does that make sense? So they're not feeling like they have to take apart something. So for me, and then I'm thinking, and I'm just trying to think like outside the box here with my friends, because they have never, I don't think any of them actually like watch these videos. I don't know that they're into like the junk journal world. They might journal though, and I'm sure they're list makers, but I'm trying to think along those lines, like someone who isn't used to using one of these and might not even use them anyways. So for me, I think like, well, if I'm not into it, like if I had to undo something and then put it back together, that's kind of like a decorative thing for me. And I think like, oh, I don't want to take that pretty bow off. I want to leave it on there. And if I take it off, I can't get it back on there. And then next thing I know, it's just a shelf sitter. So I don't want this to be just a shelf sitter. So then I decided I want to put this tie on there. But for me, again, I think like if I had this here or I had the holes here, I have this long string that comes out. And then, yeah, when you open it, you can throw your strings around and this and that. But that's a lot of strings or ribbons or whatever. I love them. Don't get me wrong. I love them. But like I said, I'm trying to think like for other people that may not be really into all that. So I did like this look. I have the this fabric on there for the first piece that will cover the spine. And then I took some of this really pretty lace, which I've already showed you, and then I put that on there. And those go on the outside after the signature is sewn in. I applied it to the first side and the inside before I sewed the signature in. And then, so as I was thinking about that tie, I thought, I was just sitting here thinking, what can I do? What can I do? And so I did this. Now, I'm sure somebody somewhere has done this before. I have never done this before. And, but I was just trying to think out, like I said, trying to think like, how could I use this? So I ended up putting an eyelet in right here and right here. I do not have a crocodile, so I can't get in there like that. But I do have my, my little tool set. What I do with it? You know, well, actually, you get one of these when you buy one of these sets of eyelets. So I just use my tool set, and I use this to punch my hole, and then I use this to set my eyelets in there, and then I'm going ahead and using these as a finishing piece, and then it comes with this tool to help set those. So I will do that when we get there. So maybe this won't be the last video. I don't really know. I'm hoping this is the last video, but I have of this, not the last video ever, but so if I do this again, I want to do one on video just for anyone who hasn't seen it and might be interested in buying an eyelet set, because they're so fun to use and you don't have to have all the fancy tools. You can literally do it with just these little things right here. And I a lot of times use that over my crocodile to set the eyelets. Anyhow, so now we open it up, and so yeah, there's still this big ribbon, which I will not be that big when I'm done, but so I'm thinking like if it's smaller, you know, there's still some ribbon. I might leave it longer and then they can cut it off if they want. But what I did is I weaved it in and out. So I put an eyelet there and then an eyelet there. I did an eyelet there and an eyelet there. And I just glued this piece right here down to the whatever the ribbon is right here. So I don't even think it's glued right there. See? Right now I only have a knot, just a loose knot right there. I might put like a flat type of bead, or even a, well, probably not a button because this is quite wide, but I might do something there. I don't know. I might just leave it as a knot. So I stuck it through the inside and then I pulled it out that way. Now, and apparently I got glue all over this. So I have to find my glue eraser and hopefully I can get that off. If not, we will have a secret. We will have a secret. But I thought this would be a really cool place. So if that's in there, it's a loose kind of a belly band. But what if, let me grab out of my scraps. Do I have any scraps nearby? So, you know, I want to clean my desk, but at the same time, I don't want to clean my desk because then I lose my scraps. Let's see what I can find over here. All right, let me just tear this up really quick. We'll just do this, just so I can show you what I was thinking. And it's just a thought right now. This might change as time goes on, but I thought it would be kind of a clever little idea to do. Like a little notepad. As I took it upstairs, I was showing Jason, I was like, what do you think? And then, I mean, obviously it wouldn't be that long, you know, I would have to trim it, but you can just like pop a little notepad in there just like for note taking. The other thing I was thinking is if I had planned this out, which I didn't because like I said, it evolved. This will be glued down as a pocket. I thought, what if I made my, you know, like my signature, and I made it dip back in there like it's supposed to be, and I had just enough room there, and I had so that my ribbon eyelet thing, whatever, was, you know, maybe moved over just a tiny bit more, and then I made it so that you can put your pen, and if this was up even higher, or if it was like one of those little shorty pens, but I mean, I don't know, I was just thinking like, and maybe it's not even just that, maybe it's something else, but then you could put your pen inside, you know, but this would have to be up here. Does that make sense? And then it would be, goodness gracious, this would be over and up. I can always just put another one in there and make another little notch and make a cute little tie out here, a little bow out on the outside, the little string on the inside. My pen gets clicked in there. My signature sits back a little bit so that when you close it, you have your pen and your journal. So Will I ever get to making one of those? I don't know. Well, has anybody else done that? That's pretty cute. I think it would be pretty fun. I'm sure, I know that there's all kinds of ways you can do it to add your pens inside. I just thought that as this was evolving, I was like, oh, wow, okay, I could have done that. I could have done. So as I'm finishing this step, I will tie this like that. And that means this one is ready basically to be decorated. So some of the pages to be decorated and to add a few things in there. So I'll have to sign them, and then I want to personalize these for the girls. So I will set that one aside, and then, is this the one? Nope, not that one, and then this one. So as these were evolving, I realized that my paper, the original cardstock that I used, you know, it's bending back and forth. At some point, it's going to give, you know, it's just paper, and it's not a high quality either. So what I did is, see, this is that one I scored a bazillion times before I realized what I was doing. I took that chipboard to strengthen this piece, and then I put these side panels on, but I still have the issue with this piece right here where it's going to fold in on that spine right here. I do have the fabric, this lightweight, it's kind of lightweight that's going on there. And it'll be on there, but it's not like the strongest type of stuff. And I did notice that I had to pull it off of this one because I decided to do a second step inside before I put this on. Or no, not this one, a different one, so sorry. But anyhow, I used my 3-in-1, which I keep it in this right here, which is whatever, 3-in-1, whatever acetone basically I have. And when I pulled it up, it came up quite easily, and it didn't stick to the thing that I put here. But on the other side, it's paper, so it should have a good adherence to it, and on the edges right here. All right, hopefully that'll make sense here in a second. So since I've already bought it and I have it in my stash, I hardly ever use this. I bought this roll in the beginning. I think I bought this actually before I even started YouTube, so I still have it. It's very sticky. It's called Tyvek, DuPont Tyvek. I bought this in the construction store. Oh my gosh, I was with Jason. I think they use it on, I don't know what they use it for, but like you could probably find it like wherever they do like drywall stuff or carpet. I don't know, but it's in that kind of a store. If you've never heard of it, so I'm just gonna pop that down and cut myself a piece of this off. All right, so I just want this to be long enough to stay on the inside of my journal without going over outside of it. Goodness gracious, it's so sticky. Let me just stick this down there and cut it. Oh, and also we have another January birthday friend here, Jamie Kaus. I think I'm saying that right. I'm not good at pronouncing things. I can read names, but saying them out loud is a whole different story, let me tell you. So happy birthday, January birthday. And also my friends, I guess I should be saying it to my grandkids too, because I think some of them actually do watch my videos. So I have a January birthday, Liliana. Happy birthday to her this month. She turns 15. I cannot believe it. 15. Oh my gosh. Oh geez, Louise. Come on. I believe she's the only January birthday. I have to go check my fingers are stuck to this. Okay. By the time I'm done, I won't have anything sticky left. This is, I will say, a little bit easier when you're not filming. I'm trying to hold it away from myself, and which I don't think I was very successful in doing. Okay, let's see. All right, goodness gracious. So all I did is I cut that, I stuck it down here. I believe I put glue down first because of all my crazy sticky finger stuff going on. Let's see. I also want to make sure I have the top right. So before I finish putting this glue down, I need to make sure. Before I put my fabric on, goodness gracious, I need to make sure I have where I want this to be the top, and I'll show you what I do that in a second. So I'm using my little spreader here. I have to keep cleaning it off, but just to get it, the glue inside of that, in there and out here. I just really want this tape to stick down. And then this part, as long as it goes over and touches both panels, is all I'm really looking for. There we go. I can clean that off. It's easier to clean off once it dries on that thing. And then I'm just taking this bone folder I have. I don't remember where I got this. I think it was like one of the, it might have, a long time ago, I ordered from one of those, I don't know what it was called. It wasn't, not Temu, but something like that. Can't remember what it was. And I think I ordered these from there, and it's okay. I like it. It's fine. It's kind of a fat thing handle. I like that it had a little hole right here to keep it on a key ring if I was traveling, but it doesn't, I don't use it that often, but I do like this really wide edge right here to get into like grooves like this. It's softer, it's not pointy, so it doesn't rip. I haven't had it rip yet, so hopefully it never does. And then you can see when you smush things down, when you do a burnish, you can see how that everything is starting to seal up instead of just sitting on the top, like sitting on that glue. I want it down, 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 down. And then I don't know how well this is going to stick because it's plastic. So this glue actually, where is it? That one that's hard to get out of the bottle. This one actually works better. It's just that it's so thick, it's hard for me to use to get it out, and it takes a lot longer to dry. So I didn't want to use that because I don't have a lot longer. Once I did that, I just made sure. Now I know these are going to be the tops just because of the writing, and I have them all going the same way. So now I will just take my magic marker. Where did that come from? My Sharpie marker. And I'm just going to put a T right there, which will be covered up when I put the fabric on. But the way I'm doing the fabric will guide me to what the top is. So that's that. And then my fabric piece, what did I do with it? I have notes everywhere. I'm also, gosh dang it, what did I do with it? Here, oh, here's a piece right here. Okay, so I already have these pre-cut. They are very stringy. So I try to get as much of that string off as I can. I'll have to pull some more in a minute. I don't want to wrap the other side because I need to see where the holes are going through, and it's hard to see through this. Like I said, I struggle with sewing in the signatures with my hand strength, and just, you know, it's just one of the things that I'm going to have a little struggle with. So I want this to come down off the bottom a little bit. I can trim it or I can fold it over. I think I'll probably trim it though. And the top one I will fold over and I'll bring it down to match this. So that's how I know what the top and the bottom is. I'm going to trim the bottom. So now I'm just going to take my book and set it on top of this. I found this to be easier after several trials and errors of different things. It doesn't have to be identical. I really don't care. At first I cared, and then I thought, wait a minute, do you remember who you are, Sandra? You do not math well. Measuring, you're going to be, I mean, I literally struggled for a couple hours, and then I was like, stop, stop struggling. Just put it down. Just make sure that you have it covering both sides, that it covers the tape, and that the spine is in there. That's all you got to do. That's all I got to do. Well, this always works better if I open it up. So go in through there. Okay. So I am trying to figure out a plan for this year, my friends. Just something to help keep me organized a little bit better. I do need some kind of organization. I don't know that I will always be able to keep to a very strict and rigid schedule, but I do like schedules. I like to know when, you know, I like to know things. So I have this plan of just having a notebook that I keep next to me to keep myself together. I just have to remember not to grab that notebook to jot down other things, which I'm very guilty of doing. Oh, I don't want to do that yet. See, I'm talking, and that's how I mess things up. I want to smear this glue first. So smearing it is going to do a couple of things. It gets the glue all over the places where I want it, but it also helps to settle these big I don't know, rivers of glue here that I've got going on, big puddles, and so that it doesn't just seep right through that fabric right away. So I'm gonna go like that, and I just wanna get it down inside there. I'm gonna put a little bit more on here, on the sides. Oh, I hear movement upstairs. They are up. They, as in Jason and my sweet pup. My pup. She's considered an old lady now. I call her that now. I'm like, hey, old lady. She has this one sofa that she likes to sit on, and she'll like look at her ball across the room. That's not close to me. It's like in between, maybe both of us. And she like gets my attention, and then she oh, and looks at me. That's how I look at her. And then as soon as I look at her, she looks down at her ball. She wants me to get up and get the ball and toss it to her on the couch. And then she will sit on the couch like a lazy old lady. Oh my gosh, I'm still not doing this right. Stop talking. So once I do that, this is going to be extra anyways. I'm going to pull this down this way and lay this down. So yeah, she wants me to go and get the ball. She wants me to get up, go get the ball, toss it to her, or whatever it is that she wants to play with. And then she will, well, this is what she was doing for a long time. She's kind of changed gears, but I will tell you this, well, her lazy old lady stuff. And then she sits on the couch, and sometimes she'll just like toss her head with the ball, so that the ball, like she's throwing the ball. And then she wants me to go fetch the freaking ball. And I'm like, that's not happening. Good night. Good night. I'm like, no. If you want to play fetch, you fetch. I'll toss, you fetch. So, and when she first came home to us, I worked really hard training her with lots of different things. And when we played fetch, because I knew that, that was going to be an important thing. But I'm getting older, and I thought, I don't want to do a bazillion squats. So I trained her to fetch and then to drop the ball in my hand. So I would put my hand out, and she would put it in my hand. Kind of, it's all goobery and stuff, but that's what we did. Went out there, played fetch, goobers and all. And then once goober fetch was done, I just go in and wash my hands. And so there we go. So I'm just kind of like, running it through into that middle thing, and then just putting that down like that. And then now I know I have plenty here. And then I'm going to give this a little trim with extra, because I'll trim that later when I'm done. And then I have a second piece that I might be able to use. I just have to see, will it fit? Yeah, it might. I don't think I need it because I have everything cut. Anyhow, so that's where I'm at with this. And then I already have all the signatures put together where they're going to be, paper clipped and ready to go. I just need to sew them in. So let me put that down, and I'll stick it to the bottom of this pile, and then I need to just sew those in. So yeah, I guess I'll just be back when I'm done doing that, and we'll just pick up where we left off. And I'll tell you about my plan. I've got everybody sewn in. I guess I probably could have done one on camera. They went pretty smoothly, but you just never know. Let's see, where did I do? I've got these ones are all ready and prepped, and they just need their eyelets in it, but I thought I would go ahead and finish closing up the spine on this one with my friends here. And yeah, and that's it. So I was talking about a new plan, hopefully for this year. We'll try it out for the first few months and see, but mainly I just have a notebook by my side here that I want to keep track of. And I know that I film or post I film a lot, but I post 3 days a week. And I'm going to keep that schedule of Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I think that has been working a lot better for me. I like having the Sundays as my options for doing lives, and for like if I want an extra video for whatever reason, if I'm just doing stuff and I have time. I've been playing a little bit with TikTok and Instagram, just kind of getting some little pieces out there. That's definitely a practice. A practice makes perfect on that, because there's a lot to it for me. I'm just not that techie, but it's been kind of fun. It is time consuming, but anyhow, back to my schedule. So I was thinking having a set schedule for our ATCs might be really nice for everybody, because I don't know about you, but when it's easy to forget. Like, I'm over here working on things. I've got my calendar, and I forget that my friends aren't actually in my craft room with me. So you don't know what I'm looking at or what my thought process is. And you're probably, more times than not, left wondering, did she forget? Does she know what she's doing? No, I'm just kidding. Does she know what she's doing? Does she know enough to let us know yet? You know, we'd like to know. I think I was feeling that as I was planning my girl trip, and I thought, I don't have access to my ticket that was purchased because one of the friends, one of the girlfriends, she did it all. And so I have a screenshot of my flight, and not even the whole thing. Like, it just shows departure and arrival, departure. It just shows back and forth, and the time and the layover, and that's it. So I'm like, oh my gosh, this airline thing. So I do know what airline I'm on. So now I'm doing all my extra researching. And because I'm a planner, I mean, I didn't realize I was as much of a planner as I guess I am. I'd like to plan enough so that I'm prepared for anything, and so that I can be or spontaneous. I don't mind being spontaneous as long as I'm prepared for it. I don't even know if that makes sense, but some people who are like super spontaneous, they're like that. No, that's part of being spontaneous, is that you just go on a whim. I have to have some preparedness. Like, I just have things, you know, like I want to make sure that I have, this is going to sound so silly, but I do not like to be gone. Like, I'll literally go to the store and buy it if I have to, but I like to always have nail clippers, tweezers, a couple of Band-Aids, Neosporin. Like, that's like one of my, and a book of matches. And sometimes even a lighter, like a Bic lighter or something. I don't smoke, but I don't know. I think maybe it comes from my growing up in survival. I don't know. I don't know what it comes from, but I want to be prepared. I can't stand to be someplace and need a Q-tip, and then there's not a Q-tip, or just little things like that. And it's not that I'm packing a gigantic bag. I mean, I guess some of my family might disagree with that. I pack many small bags. But I just want my little, I always call it my medicine bag. In my medicine bag, I have a glass nail file in there. I have dental floss in there. I mean, I'm MacGyver. No, so anyways, okay, so I got that down aside, and I just, I pulled it not super tight, because I don't want it like to bunch up everything, or like, bind it. I want to be able to close it and get that down. And then this, I did in the beginning want to have that go over, just for that extra security, but I don't really think it's needed. So I just pulled that down like that, and I'm just trimming this up a little bit, leaving a little bit of hanging to there. That's fine. So far, it's fine. Anyhow, as I was preparing for this trip and realizing I had no control over some of these things, it was kind of driving me crazy, and I thought, it's really stressing me out, and I'm almost wondering if that's why I'm not sleeping very well. Part of it is because how do I plan for something I have no idea what to plan for? Like, I don't know. So Brian did send out like an itinerary just a few days ago. So that was nice, because it kind of gives me an idea of like, oh, make sure I have, walking shoes that are comfortable, just some of the things, but I know there's going to be more. But if they want to do like a fancy thing, I don't really have fancy stuff. I'll get as fancied up as I can, but I'm not really, that's not the thing. So I was thinking about my friends. I was like, oh my gosh, have I been doing this to my friends? Like, we're like, hey, we want to know what's going on. Okay, so back to the ATC. I'm thinking, how about if we'll pick our months. I want to do the ATCs. So we'll do the spring one in March for the exchange. We'll do exchange in March, June, September, and December. I think that's what we did last year as well. And let's do it on the last Sunday of the month. I already know that we're going to do it after Christmas, because of this last year. Christmas was, it's a time. So it's going to be close to some of the holiday stuff, like Thanksgiving and things like that. I know that's going to still happen, but I think for the majority of us, it'll be the last Sunday of the month is easier. I didn't want to go like the second Sunday of the month, just because if anybody else is like me, I get confused sometimes when the second Sunday, I don't know. It's just the last Sunday of the month. So we're going to go, AT Exchange will be taking place on the last Sunday of the month. I'm not going to do like a big ATC talk on this video, because that's going to be on a different video. And I may have already talked about this, I don't know when the ATC video is posting along with this one. So as I'm doing this one right here. So you might hear this information twice. So anyhow, what do you think about that? I just thought a little bit of organization might be nice. I'm also writing down, so like in my count, so this is it. I'll probably redo it because I did messy writing and I like to write because it makes I think it's good for my hands to keep them moving. So I have this notebook right here. So this is kind of what I've done. I thought I was just sitting in the morning at 2 o'clock in the morning writing these things down. I'm like, here, January 2025, how many, these are the Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and then I can write down, if I know what videos I'm doing, I can write them down. If I have an idea of what I'm gonna do, I can put that down in there already. If I'm mailing something out, and this will also give me a track of what I've done and what I'm doing and what I need to get done, kind of keep me in order. Video ideas that I might want to be doing. So like in January, I know I'm gonna be doing something with Valentine's because I have to do Valentine's for the kids. So I know there's going to be 1 or 2 videos regarding that. And then things I want to definitely do on my YouTube channel. So I want to create a 2025 ATC playlist so that we can refer back to that. I want to create a 2025 monthly giveaway playlist because I need some place to put that stuff. And then I also need to create another playlist called Randoms just because I do a lot of stuff like that. So January giveaway entries, like I have everybody's names written down right here. I can go back and recheck. Birthday shout outs, I can write my friends' names down in here, just little things like this. So I guess it's kind of a planner. So, you know, like, so there's February, March, and I'll just go through, and then down below, I know, like March, we're going to do 2 lives. We're going to do an ATC exchange, and we're going to do the March giveaway. So every month we'll have a live, hopefully a crafting live of something, or some kind of live because we do the monthly giveaway. So that's where I'm at so far. Yeah, I think it'll be a lot better. I do think that this is affecting my sleep because I am a planner and I'm telling you, like, so many different notebooks all over the place. I also want to put on my list of things to do just to keep me, I mean, it seems silly, like, oh, I have to remind myself to do this, but because I'm doing so many different things and I'm kind of going all over the place doing them, it's nice to have that check-in with myself. I guess that's what I'm going to call it. Like, it's like my check-in. So I want to also put on there, like, put a thing. Like, I ask myself my questions. Like, did you work in a journal today or this week? Did you work in a journal this week? Which one did you work in? What did you do? Did you hang out with your friends? Like, I just want to have some questions that I can line out for myself that I answer. And, I guess, I don't really know how to get that out in the right words, but I'm going to call it my personal check-in. It's more than just a calendar. It's a check-in with myself, like making sure I'm present in my own life. Yeah. So that's what I'm doing. That's what my plan is. Okay, now that I have that on, I will trim this up a little bit at the top. Just a little. I don't mind if it hangs over somewhat. It doesn't bother me, and I'll let the girls know if anything bothers them, then change it. That's what they're supposed to do because it's their journal. So, and then cut that one off a little bit. So I'm also trying to think. So, anyways, I went on the airline. Now that I got my stuff figured out, a plan. I have a plan of action going forward for the 2025 year, and trying to keep myself a little organized and kept together here. Okay, yep. Then I did go through just to make sure that everybody was, in the right space right here. So then the next thing I did is I closed my metal corners up together, took my little bowl clips, and then put these on here. Now I know I'm getting stronger working at the gym because opening these up was something I wasn't able to do. And even with my hands being a little not on the happy side, I can pinch this. Like, it does put a lot of pressure there, but so I try not to use these very often. But I want those to hold that shut for me. And then this is so long. I mean, honestly, just getting it close to the middle here. Let's see. Getting it right there, about to the middle. In there, and then deciding where I want this on my journal. This is what I was thinking about before, like if I wanted this to be a pen holder. I mean, you can even do more than one. And I can do 2 little holes here to weave it in and out to put a pen there. It doesn't have to go all the way across. These are all a little different in their spacing, and I'm okay with that, because all of us girls are all a little different anyways. And our age ranges are very different. So we have, gosh, I don't even know. Okay, so Carly, gosh, I don't even know Carly. I think Carly's still in her 20s. So, and then, you know, I am 55, soon to be 56. I'm the oldest of the crew, but I act the most immature. So there's that. That's probably why I still get invited places. So, I mean, I do have some competition with that maturing part when there's some cocktails involved, but so that's good. I get some competition. See, I'm just like this all the time, with or without the alcohol, but then some of my friends, they get a little bit more like this, like me, like my, not like me, but you know, not so, not that, I'm not going to say not as uptight. My friends aren't uptight, but I don't know the right word to say right now. But anyways, yes, alcohol definitely loosens it up a little bit. So I just like to be happy. I'm not a wine drinker. Wine makes me angry. I get angry. I get like, not angry. I get irritable. Wine and me do not agree with each other. So I don't like drinking it. But my friends like wine. So I'm pretty sure we're going to end up at a wine place. So I'll just stick to like a white wine so I don't have any kind of like headaches and stuff. I get most of my headaches are from the red wine. I never really had that problem with the wine until I started taking, years ago I was taking this medication. I had a pituitary tumor. Well, I probably still have it because I didn't take it out. But anyways, it's a non-cancerous thing. It just messes with your, it's on your master gland. I don't know, whatever. Anyways. So this medicine that I took for, gosh, I don't know, over 5 years, I think. I had to finally quit taking it. I couldn't stand it. That was when all my sleep disorders happened. I started not being able to sleep anymore. It was hard to get to sleep. I would lay in bed for hours. Sometimes I would never fall asleep. Like I would maybe get 15 minutes to a half hour, and then I had to be up because I was younger and I had to go to work and get kids off to school and all that kind of stuff. So it was really a big bummer. But when I quit I couldn't drink wine anymore. I don't think I could drink anything really, but I was never a big drinker. But anyhow, yeah. So after that medicine, I just never been the same. I can fall asleep easy. I just don't stay asleep. And I also, I can't drink wine. Like the red wine gives me really bad headaches like it didn't used to, and whatever. So now let's do this because I'm going to run out of time if I just keep yammering on. I can take these off now. I don't want to put indentations in that. I just wanted to hold it shut while I got my pieces on there. Oh, and then, well, here's one that we have. I want to finish this off too. So I have these, they're like little crochet, and I'm pretty sure these came from the dollar store. So I wanted to add another piece on this, just down the side here, like a so. Yeah. I don't know why I'm telling you all this crazy stuff, but anyhow, I have no idea what I was talking about. Everybody's going to be crazy like Sandra when they're drinking. No. Oh, yeah, so I don't know. I was thinking about, like, if we do the wine thing, like, what do I do? Do I just stick to white wine, even though it's just going to make me, like, kind of icky? I don't do the citrusy stuff because I just have things. So, I'm just like a big mess. But when I don't mind having cocktails, I do like to have cocktails with my friends. Like, I don't like being hungover and sick, but I do like to have a few cocktails. And I know what I like to drink. And like I said, like I'm a planner. Like I'm planning it already out. Like, when am I going to drink? What am I going to drink? How many am I going to drink? How much water am I going to drink in between? How do I keep track of this? Like, don't I sound fun? So nobody knows I'm actually doing all this stuff. I just do it in my head, and then I just kind of try to stick to my plan. However, after 3 cocktails, things can get different. So if I drink 3 cocktails, I might actually end up with more. But I'm planning, and I'm also being conscientious of my health, my you know, my goals, my healthy goals that I have been doing for well over a year now, and I'm doing really good. So I don't want to I don't mind having a little bit of fun, but I don't want to backslide so bad on my health goals that, yeah, it's just not worth it to me. Like, I can still have fun without overindulging. I'm going to indulge. Don't get me wrong. I will be indulging. Just, I don't want to overindulge. So I like that. So now the thing is, I don't think I need it on the back. Is it a finishing touch though? I don't know I think I have enough between all of these. They don't all have to be the same. Should I do it on the back too for a finishing touch? Kind of seems like it should be. Let's just do it. We'll do this one, and then I want to get the eyelets in with you, my friends, because we're going to run out of time really fast here. Anyhow, yeah, I'm definitely a planner. Isn't that funny? I did not realize I was the planner that I thought. I always thought that I was much more spontaneous than planning. Sometimes it drives my husband and my oldest son a little kind of nuts when I try to plan all these things. So just different things that we're doing. Like, can't you just be a little spontaneous? I think what it is that I start to get a little intense. Jamie's probably laughing right now because she knows. And so I probably get a little intense. But here's the thing. If I'm the only one that's doing it for my family, I'm not saying my friends, but if someone does it, someone has to do it. So if no one else is going to do it, then everything else turns into a big old poo show, you know? It really does. So, and then everybody gets not everybody, but many people get upset about other things. Like, why didn't we do this? And why didn't we do that? And why is this taking so long? Like my husband, Jason, he is the kind of person where he's like, you're overthinking it, Sandra. You don't know why you got to plan every little thing. And then at the same time, if you don't do anything, he goes, I don't know why everybody's not ready. I don't know why everybody doesn't know what they want to do. And I'm like, oh my gosh, mister, you need a drink. Or I need a drink. I've learned. I keep jerky and peanuts, or not peanuts, but almonds with me all the time, and I just casually kind of put it in his view. I know he'll eat them if he sees them, and then I know he'll settle down. But okay, so we have that. Now, yeah, I like that much better with both of those lines. Okay, so pretty, my friends. I love this. I'm so excited how this came out. So pretty. Now, like I said, I don't know if I'm going to put something there or just keep a knot on there. I'm thinking if I did anything, it would be like a flat, let me see if I have anything. I don't know if that would be it, but it would be something like if I have big enough ones, and I'd have to have 12 of them, 12, because I would want them on both the outside. But say I did something like this. Instead of that knot right there, I'd put that down. I couldn't have the knot there, and that would be glued to the thing there. I don't know. I think the knots are going to be fine. We'll see. It depends on what I have. Anyhow, I put the eyelet on the front and the back, and then I just wove it through. I didn't put a knot on this side. I don't think it's needed and I didn't put them on the insides. But see how it's already, it wants to pull through there, so I have to do something. Maybe even add glue onto it. I don't know. I don't know. Now, let's put the eyelets in. This is what I did. This is going to be noisy. So I just opened up my book. And I know that, the space right here, and I have some stitching on this side. So I want to be on this side of the stitching with my eyelet. Like I said, this kind of evolved. So these are the things that I thought of afterwards. I know I want one right here, and I want one right here. And the reason why I want that is because I thought about just gluing this all the way across, but then I thought, what if it tears with the ribbons? It's always in your way right there. And I wanted them to be able to, I guess it'll still be there, but I didn't want it to rip across this paper. So I'm not doing anything to it. So I thought if I weaved it in and out, it will save that, and then it will just open up with the book easily. It makes sense in my mind. So Now I just have to open up my book, and I just put it on my grid here because this is how I measure. And then I went this way. Actually, I think I had the book going opposite so that it was coming this way down to me. I can see a little bit better in my line of sight, my sight line. Okay. And then I just made a decision. So putting this here, I was trying to line out, trying to just use my grid, and then just pulling it, you know, I don't know if that's going to be straight or not. It's going to be the best I can do. And then I'm going to poke a hole through here, about right there. Did I get it through? Yeah, just where I can see it. And then, normally I don't pick it up and move it, but I already did that now. Okay, I think that's straight. And then I'll poke a hole about right here. Eventually. And just stab that baby in there. Then I can see my hole. See, I didn't get that hole very noticeable. Let me see. Let's do that again. Now this is where the noisy part's going to come in. I thought about turning the camera off and making it sound go away, but we'll see. So I took my little pad because even though this is a self-healing mat, it's still pretty like intense with this little piece here, whatever I did with it. Let's move this out of my way here. So let's stick that underneath my little hole there. It is loud. I always let Jason know. I don't ever do this like when he's still in bed. But I do let him know. I'm going to be hammering down there. I'm going to get 4 of these out, and I'm going to get 4 of these out, or more. And then I need all these 3 tools here, and then I'll just close that up in case I smack it with my hand by accident. Put that aside. So this one is where the sharp piece that makes the holes. So I'm just going to set that over that hole, trying to center. I can't really see it. I just do the best I can, and then I'm going to hammer down. So turn your volume down or protect your ears. And then just make sure it goes all the way through. There. Yep. Did good. And then move this thing over here and get this one. Same thing. Ready? Okay, I didn't punch that down all the way, so there we go. And then I just use my pokey tool right here just to get that piece out. I find that if I do this right away, it's easier. When it stacks up in there, it's hard for me to get those out. Okay, then I'm going to take my eyelet and stick one in there like that, and one that way, and then turn this over. I'm going to take this little tool right here. It has that little, like that little nipple thing that comes off, and I don't know what they're called, but these are the terms like my husband always uses with his tools, so I'm thinking that's what they're called. If they're not called that, my apologies if it offends you, and then my apologies that you got offended, I guess, that you get offended easily. I don't know. I'm just messing with you, sorry. Oh my gosh. I'm just on a roll right now. So that show that I told you that I really like, the Good Wife, not The Good Wife, The Good Fight. I do like it. I'm really enjoying it, but it is very political, and I am not a political person, and it's just, but that part is just driving me absolutely nuts. But I'm already almost through season 2, so I'm gonna finish it out because, you know, I'm not a quitter. All right. So this tool right here that came in this set, it has it goes with this thing right here. I think I could use the flat piece, maybe if I was just smashing these down. I don't do too well with that. If I'm using the secondary piece to close that up, whoops, dang it. Why can't I do that when I'm at the fair? That went on there right away. I would have won a prize. Anyways, there's a hole right there, and that slips right onto that nipple that came out. So I'm gonna put that on there and just make sure it's in there nice and secure. And now we're gonna make some noise again. Here we go. I do hit that a few times because I want to make sure that thing's in there nice and good, nice and tight. So, and then that gives it a seal, and that's nice and soft there, and it's nice there. Isn't that super sweet? I love it. So let's do that one more time, and get that on there. Make sure that it's all the way down over your eyelet. I don't know if I showed you that. When I put the eyelet in there, it sticks out quite a bit. See? So when I put this on there, I want that to go, make sure that it's all the way on that. And then slip it into the hole. I mean, yeah, slip that through the hole gently and put that back on. There does seem to be a wrong side and a right side with this, and I can tell only by running my finger on it, but it actually has like it actually dips down. Sorry about the glue on my fingers. It dips down here, so that little ridge, and that's sharp. So I'm putting the sharp edge down with the soft edge up. Okay, ready? Okay. Now I will say I do find it kind of interesting that they only came with the silver parts. I wish it would have like matched this, but it doesn't. Nothing I can do about it. This is what I have. This is what I'm using. There. And then I have those two holes. So if I wanted to do the pen thing, I was thinking, and they could be even smaller eyelets, but the pen thing, I was thinking I could put two of them right here, you know, and then I can shuffle that thing through from maybe from the back end, and then I can make a cute bow on the front right there, and then it would have that little loop. The loop would be on this side. It would just be right there. It wouldn't be the closure. It would just be like this little loop. You know what I mean? And then your pen, because you can put that up higher, your pen could just sit right inside there. Wouldn't that be so cute? Have you, I know I already asked, have you done it? I really want to do it. And I do have some short pens that I bought a long time ago to give away with journals when I was first starting to make them and sell them, and I still have them all. I never did it. Shocking, isn't it? Maybe I am a quitter. I'm not a quitter. I haven't quit. I just haven't done it. There is a difference, right? So let me, whoops, I want an angle. Makes it easier to slip it through the hole. Always going through the hole on with an angled tip is definitely nicer than just a blunt trying to shove it in there. That doesn't always work. Not for me anyways. Things can get kind of torn up that way. And then back out here. And then before I would secure anything, of course, I'd go through here and just make sure everything is nicely like flat. There we go. And then just for making sure that doesn't go back through, because I have it in there nice, I'm going to go ahead and get that knot in there. And just try to get it as close to that thing as possible. You can use your pokey tool to help you with that. I don't think I need it. There we go. Just do that. And then if I wanted to, I could put a little bit of glue right here on this paper, but I decided I'm not. I'm just going to go ahead and stay on the fabric part right there. And then I'll just repeat that for the back, and then I'll repeat it for the rest of the 4 journals because this one's already done. And yeah, and then I'll attach all the things. So the next thing I need to do is make some pockets and some little tags. I'm not sure yet if I'll be doing that on camera with you or not. I'm so sorry, my friends. It just depends on the time I have. But if I do, we'll have one more video. And if I don't, then the next time you see these books, it'll be a flip through. So that's where we're at. I also wanted to show you really quick, and I'm going to use it in here, is I finally broke down, my friends. I bought myself some stickles. They're the smaller little jars. They're 0.5 ounces. I thought I'll definitely use these colors because I love golds and shimmers and reds and all these things. Anyways, for $14 and change, I was Amazon Prime. I don't know without Prime how much it would be, but that is how much they are. And I got my 6 little jars there. I just wanted to show you that. I am not an Amazon affiliate, but that's where I bought them. All right, friends, you'll have to let me know what you think about this journal, and if you have any thoughts on this closure. I would really love to hear what you have to say, whether I finished it or not. It would be nice to know how to do something different in the future as well. I hope you have a wonderful day and enjoy all your moments, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.